Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 830th battle that I've put onto our YouTube channel. Now this is part 3 of the disadvantage map. Those of you that watch our battles regularly will know that we've had 2 battle of disadvantages, well this is the 3rd battle of disadvantage on this Alpine Valley map. And you can quite see clearly here how Team 2 has got the higher ground there, and Team 1, which is our team, has always got the disadvantages here. Just look at the steepness of the hills that we've got to try and climb up to get on top of the hill there. So as I say, this is the 3rd battle of disadvantages here. As I say, Team 1 has always got the disadvantages there. As I say here, let Team 2, slight advantage right on top of the hill there to get on top of the hill before any of our team on Team 1 can get up there. So as I say, it's got the potential to be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, as I say, quite steep there. Remember the rules we have on Barbarian Invasion are 8 cavalry max, 2 berserkers max, 2 horse archers max, no artillery or elephants. Okay, our first teammate is Brotherhood member Aurelius. Now he's got 6 chosen axemen, 2 knight raiders, 5 archers and 5 cavalry. Okay, if we have a quick look at his units there, you'll see there are his chosen axemen. Okay, and they've got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience, stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And if you notice, the axes they carry are effective against armour and can cut wide swathes through heavily armoured troops like Roman infantry. Make no mistake, these guys are serious axemen, and as I say, very, very effective. And most people that bring this faction bring the axemen because they're so good. And then you've got the Knight Raiders. Now remember, the Knight Raiders are good infantry in their own right, but they actually bring a fear factor as well, taking morale away from troops, destabilizing them and making them more susceptible to rout in there. Okay, so that's the Knight Raiders. And further along his battle line there, you'll see he's got his berserkers, his Lombard berserkers, and if you count the upgrades, 1, 2, 3, 4, fully upgraded Lombard berserkers. Now they've got those double-handed swords, but those double-handed swords are not effective against armor, but the fear factor they bring, the massive fear factor they bring, really does take morale away from enemy troops. Quick look at his archers. Now he's gone for the Lombard archers here. Now if you notice, they've got no armor, so their defense is not very good, but they've got long range. Okay, so he's gone for the long range archers there. And quick look at his cavalry, and he's gone for the Burgundian Lancers. Now these guys, as you can see, have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience, stripes, gold shield, gold attack. They're heavy cavalry, but they've got the speed of light cavalry. They haven't quite got the impact and penetration of, if you like, real heavy cavalry, but they make up for that for the speed that they've got on the battlefield. So they are heavy cavalry, but they've got the speed of light cavalry there. So that is a tried and tested Burgundy army of Aurelius's. That's his faction of choice on Barbarian Invasion. Our next teammate is Star Punisher. Now he's got 6 infantry, 2 berserkers, 4 archers and 8 cavalry. Remember, 8 cavalry max is allowed on Barbarian Invasion. Here there's his Lombard berserkers we talked about before. Big fear factor, really big attacking specifications, but the swords are not anti armor. And here you'll see that he's gone for the chosen swordsman, the horde of chosen swordsmen. These guys are elite infantry, they're pretty good, but of course those swords are not effective against armor, they're just heavy swords there. Now here he's gone for the here you'll see he's gone for the chosen archers. Now as you can see, they're wearing armor, so their defense is good, okay, but they've only got medium range. Okay, so their defense is very good, but they've only got medium range, unlike the Lombard berserkers that had long range but very low defense. And have a look at his cavalry there, and he's gone for the Barbarian Noble Cavalry. Now these guys are pretty good, as long as you put good upgrades on. I would say they're a little bit better than medium cavalry, actually. So, and you can see he's just got gold shield, gold attack on them there. Punisher hasn't been playing Barbarian Invasion very long, so it'll be interesting to see how well he does during the course of the battle. Our next teammate is RTW player Luke. Now Luke has got the Eastern Empire Rebels. He's got 4 archers, 8 plumbarteri, 2 eagle unit combatances and 6 cavalry. If you have a look here, and remember the plumbarteri, they throw those effective against armoured darts. They got a massive range, and they seem to have loads of ammunition, and they can be absolutely devastating to enemy armies. especially barbarian troops with no armor. The barbarian troops just seem to dissolve in front of them with the firepower that they can deliver those Plumbarturi. And then he's got a couple of Comitatensis Eagle units there, look, to boost morale. Remember, morale is very, very important in Barbarian Invasion. So he's got two Eagle units there to give morale to his infantry. And his general is Equitai Clibanarii cavalry. Now remember, these Equitai Clibanarii, pound for pound, probably the best cavalry in the game. And remember, there's a lot of elite cavalry in this game, this Barbarian Invasion game. But I would say these are probably the best. They've got those effective against armor maces that look suspiciously like rolling pins. These guys have been called the Angry Bakers in the past. But as I say, probably the best cavalry in the game here. And as I say, that's a big thing to be in a game where there's so many elite cavalry units there. Okay, and he's gone for the cheap archers there. Rome have got really good elite long range archers called the Eastern archers there, but he's gone for the cheap ones there. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who's also got the Roman Eastern Empire rebels. Now I've got 6 Comitatensis, 3 Plumbarturi, 2 Legios and 5 cavalry. Okay, this is like kind of a bit of a tried and tested army of mine there. So as I say, I've got a lot of these Eagle units here. Of course, every Eagle unit delivers a morale boost to your army. So the more you've got, the more morale you've actually got in your army there. And then you've got the Plumbarturi there, as we looked at before, with those effective against armor darts that they throw. Loads of ammunition, really effective. And here's a couple of units you don't see very often. The Legio. Here you can see a Legio Lanciarii. These are anti-cavalry guys, of course, because they're carrying spears. They will be anti-cavalry. I tend to put these in front of my battle formation here to put off any direct cavalry attack into my battle formation there. And as you can see there, I've got the Equitai Clibanarii cavalry, as we talked about before, where they're effective against armor maces. Probably the best cavalry in the game. So there's our team. Team 1 has got the potential to be a great battle. And as you can see, the enemy team have always got the advantages. And here is the other team. We have brother member Vicox. Now Vicox has got the Eastern Empire Roman faction. He's got 8 cavalry, 5 archers and just 7 infantry. Yes, 8 cavalry, 5 archers and just 7 infantry there. Okay, I think he's relying on the power of the best cavalry in the game, the Equitai Clibanarii. Remember, in this game we allow 8 cavalry max, and as I say, he's got the 8 Equitai Clibanarii, and as I say, they are probably the best cavalry in the game. And as I say, that's a big thing to say on Barbarian Invasion, because there are so many elite cavalry units there, but I think they are probably the best cavalry in the game. Their next teammate is Barbarian Invasion player Legion 22. Now he's got 2 horse archers, 5 foot archers, 8 infantry and 4 cataphracts. Okay, and this is Legion 22. He likes to bring this faction quite a lot, the Sassanids. Now there you got the Desert Archers. Now these guys, as you can see, haven't got any armor, so their defense is not very good, but they are long range archers. And of course, if they were in the desert, can you see their Desert Archers? If they were on the desert map, and of course they would be getting the desert bonus. Okay, and these Sassanid troop infantry are pretty good. These are the Sugdian warriors. If you look at the weapon they carry an effective against armor mace. Make no mistake, this infantry is pretty solid infantry there. And as I say, with the effective against armor mace, they are quite dangerous infantry. But the main strength of the Sassanids, of course, are their cataphracts. Now, if you notice here, you'll see how armoured they are. I mean, these really are the tanks of the Barbarian Invasion world. They're armoured from head to toe. But their alt-attack weapon is only a heavy sword. They haven't got an effective against armour mace or anything like that. So that's why I think that the Roman Equitai Clibanarii cavalry are probably the best cavalry in the game. So as I say, pretty good there. He's got 2 horse archers as well. Horse archers in this game are very powerful and they can do a lot of damage, as most units are very susceptible to archer damage there. You've got the nomad archers there. So as I say, this is a favourite faction of Legion 22's there. Okay, their next teammate is somebody who's called himself OTD Chinny Poo, but is in fact Scorpion King SR. He's got 2 Comitatensis, 12 Plumbarturi, 1 priest and 6 cavalry. Okay, So this is Scorpion King SR's a Barbarian Invasion Roman army. Okay, so if you look here, he's got 2 eagle units at the front of his battle formation there. Those, of course, will be giving morale boosting abilities to his infantry. So that's always good on Barbarian Invasion to have that. And then we move back to his Plumbarturi. As I say, he has got 12 Plumbarturi, and make no mistake, the firepower that 12 Plumbarturi can bring to the battlefield can be absolutely devastating. Those of you that played with it will know what I mean. And there you are, he's bought a priest unit. Now, just to say, morale is very, very important in both Rome Total War and Barbarian Invasion, but it is even more valuable in Barbarian Invasion. So that's why bringing a religious unit is a really good tactical move there, because of course that's a really good morale boosting unit there. Okay, now he's got some cavalry up here, and he's gone for the I think you pronounce these Scole Palatina cavalry. Okay, these are pretty tough cavalry. They're not too bad cavalry. I would say they're probably medium cavalry there. They're pretty good, really. But as I say, he's only got 3 of the best cavalry units there in the game there. He's got the Equitoi Cataphractori. Now these guys have got a massive charge bonus, okay, but their alt attack weapon are only a heavy sword. They've got no anti-armor weapons there amongst them. So it'll be interesting to see how Scorpion King uses that army during the course of the battle. Now their last teammate is Brotherhood member Uther, who's bought the Franks faction. Now Uther's just got 12 infantry and 6 paladin cavalry. Okay, 12 infantry, 6 paladin cavalry. Now just like to show you the infantry here. Can you see those axes there? Those are throwing axes. So each one of these Francisca Herban units can throw 3 axes each. Okay, and they can be quite devastating with those axes, and then of course they get into hand-to-hand fighting with those axes as well, so they're probably effective against armor there. But this is the real strength of the paladins, of the Frankish army, and that is the paladins. These guys got a massive charge bonus, they got really good specifications, and as I say, very, very elite cavalry these guys are. And as I say, they are the main strength of the Frankish faction there, and very, very elite cavalry. So there's the enemy team, and what I just thought I'd like to show you here is once again the advantages that the enemy team have got. If you look on this map here, look how Team 1, the team that I'm in, has got to go up these steep hills to get up onto the top of the hill there. Just look how steep that is, and just look how the enemy troops there, they just move forward, look, and they're just on top of the hill, and they can fight us downhill then, with all the downhill advantages that has. Up here, look, on the top, you'll see here, once again, if you look, you'll see that the enemy team, Team 2, have got a slight advantage there to get on top of the hill. So as I say, this is the third battle of disadvantages. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at my Roman battle formation there, my Roman infantry battle formation. And let's say the pilot shield units here, if you see, I've got those spear units there in the front of my battle formation. Of course, carrying spears are going to be anti-cavalry, but they've also got a good defense, the Legio Lanciarii, and this will put off enemy cavalry from charging directly into the front of my battle formation when they see those elite spearmen at the front. Remember, those spearmen can throw those spears as well, and I've got a Comitatensis unit there as a backup to those 2 as a third pilot shield unit there. So as I say, it'd be interesting to see how well this battle formation does during the course of the battle. Okay, we're just about ready to press start here, and in this battle you're going to see that there are 2 distinct battles in one, and you'll see what I mean as the battle unfolds. Right, can you see here, I'm running my Roman army fast as I can. Now, just to give you a heads up on this, Luke and myself have said we're going to hit the Frankish army here between us. That's just to give you a heads up on that. Now, up on top of the hill, as I say, it's going to be 2 distinct battles in one. You've got the big hill battle up here, and what you'll see here is that the Sassanids of Legion 22 has moved forward towards Punisher's army there. Okay, so you can see Punisher now is charging all his cavalry and infantry into those Sassanids there. Can you see that? Let's pause the game for a second there. So all the purple there, I believe, are the of Punisher's troops there, okay, charging into these tough Sassanid cataphract cavalry there. You've got infantry and cavalry there charging in. You can see the battle all the way down the line there. That looks pretty tough to me there, but you can see Punisher really charging his troops. He tried to get on top of the hill first. Now here you'll see that Vicox is bringing his elite Equitai Clibanarii into the battle as well, and my guess is if he smashes into poor old Punisher there, Punisher's army could be lost. Here you'll see that Aurelius is bringing his army up to the top there, his Burgundi army. He's bringing them up to the top as fast as he can, but just look at the hill that he's got to climb up to get on top of there. And if the enemy decide to charge downhill, imagine that now, if that infantry and cavalry charge downhill into Aurelius's army, could cause him big casualties there. But it looks to me like they're really intent on taking out Punisher's army there. As I say, two distinct battles going to be going on here. And you can see there, Luke, look at how he's got to climb up the hill there, and the enemy can just charge at him and charge downhill with all those downhill bonuses. Could take his army out. But as I say, Luke and myself here, we said we were going to charge, both of us going to charge into Uther's army here right at the beginning of the battle. You'll see that I'm charging my infantry forward there. Luke's cavalry is charging in there as well, and there you are. You can see I'm going to do a surge attack on those Frankish troops, and I'm going to bring my cavalry over to the flank here and smash into the flank of those Frankish infantry. Okay, so that's Luke's and my tactics here to try and take out Uther's Frankish army there. Okay, I'm throwing loads of missiles in at the moment. There you can see Luke's cavalry charging there, bang, as he smashes in there. Right, as I say, I'm taking my cavalry here, but as I say, it's two distinct battles, so I've got to go from one side of the battlefield to the other to let you know exactly, show you exactly what's happening. So over here on the top of the hill, this could be a pivotal part of the battle. Here you can see those Equitai Clibanarii plus all those Sassanid cavalry smashing into poor old Punisher's army there. Now Punisher is backing off down the hill. Okay, now this could prove to be a very good tactical move for Punisher to do that for our team. Okay, now I'm just going to show you something here. Can you see that Aurelius here is still running his troops up the hill? He's desperately trying to get onto an even kill with the enemy troops, desperately trying to get on top of the hill so he can fight them evenly. But if you just think all that cavalry there charges downhill now, and that could basically smash poor old Aurelius's army there. But what Punisher's doing here, look, he's pulling his cavalry away, hoping to attract the enemy heavy cavalry, okay, to chase his cavalry down the hill there. Can you see the Equitai Clibanarii of Vicoxes are already involved? You've got the Sassanid cataphracts have already been fighting as well. Just like how they throw the troops up in the air, you've got the Sassanid cataphracts probably going to join in. You've got some spearmen there, look, of the Sassanids. Okay, but Punisher here, I think, is, I don't know whether it's a good tactical move or if he's just doing it because he thinks he needs to move away from the enemy here. But what Punisher is doing by moving down the hill, as I say, could prove possibly pivotal to the outcome of the battle. As I say, if the enemy decide to charge downhill now, poor old Aurelius's army could be toast, as they say. But we'll just have to wait and see what the enemy are going to do. Just look at the downhill advantages the enemy would have if they charged downhill onto Aurelius. Okay, so that's the hill battle there. As I say, what happens up there could prove pivotal to the outcome of the battle. Meanwhile, here you can see my infantry there throwing loads of missiles into the Frankish troops. But there you can see my cavalry locked and loaded. My cavalry are now going in. Get ready for this. Watch out for the impact. And as they smash in to those Frankish troops. At the same time, can you see my infantry? I'm doing a surge attack with my infantry there. So I've smashed into the flank of the Franks with my heavy cavalry, but my infantry is now doing an old school, old-fashioned surge attack straight into those Frankish troops. You'll see that Uther is counter-charging my cavalry with his paladins, and over here you'll see that Scorpion King's purple Roman troops there have got the height advantage on Luke's infantry there. So you can see Luke's infantry engaging Scorpion King's infantry there. But as I say, right from the beginning of the battle, before it even started, Luke and myself said we're going to try and smash the Frankish army of Uther's there by kind of double attacking in there. Just look at our cavalry and my infantry going in there against the Frankish troops, and those Franks are still holding. That's with Luke's cavalry smashing into them, my cavalry smashing into them, and my infantry doing a surge attack. There you are, you can see that Uther's alt-attacked with his paladins there, and you can see them using the heavy swords. And as I say, my cavalry are using the effective against armour maces there. And of course you've got Luke's cavalry charging there, and as I say, my infantry's done an old-fashioned, old-school surge attack into those Frankish troops there. Okay, but as I say, you can see that it is two distinct battles going on here. As we go back up to the hill battle there, you'll see there that Scorpion King's bringing his Scoli Palatina cavalry, those 3 units, down into the fray. With a downhill charge bonus, I'm pretty sure he will have into the flank of Luke's infantry. But up here, as I say, what Punisher's doing here is drawing the most powerful units of the enemy team downhill. Now, can you see this right? Can you see that poor old Punisher's cavalry is being smashed and crashed by the Equitoi Clibanaris of Vicox and the Cataphracts of the Sassanids there? Okay, but if you notice here, if they carry on going downhill, okay, you can see the Sassanids of Legion 22, the Cataphracts there, and the Equitoi Clibanaris there of Vicox. Now, these are the most powerful units in both their armies there, and if they carry on charging downhill, that's good news for Aurelius, because he can now smash into the flank of the enemy infantry with his infantry. Okay, plus he's got those 2 berserkers, which takes the morale away from enemy troops there. Can you see? He's still fighting uphill. Can you see? His troops are still fighting uphill, but his effective against armour axemen are really going to lay into those Roman troops, and those berserkers will be a massive fear factor to those Roman troops as well. So, while the heavy cavalry of the enemy are away, okay, they're smashing Punisher's army there, but drawing those cavalry away, which Punisher has done there, could well allow Aurelius to take out the enemy infantry. We'll just have to watch this very closely. Now over here you'll see Aurelius is moving his cavalry in behind the enemy team. Those Burgundi Lancers we looked at earlier, they could smash in to that enemy infantry there and maybe take them out as well. So there you go, you can see Aurelius's Burgundy army there charging into the Roman infantry. Remember, Vicox only had 7 infantry units there. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here, so you can see there that Aurelius's army is now on an even kill with the enemy troops. And as I say, the enemy cavalry is now downhill. Can you see what I mean? They're going to have to charge uphill, and when they charge towards the enemy team, they're going to run into 2 berserker units. And in Barbarian Invasion, the reason we have just 2 berserker units instead of 3 like we do in Rome Total War is because the berserker units are really tough in Barbarian Invasion. Right, now meanwhile over here, if you like, down the bottom of the hill, we're still trying to smash Uther's Frankish army there. Just look at our green Roman infantry and cavalry trying to pierce that Frankish battle line there, trying to punch a hole, trying to rout that Frankish army. Make no mistake, we are really pushing with our Roman army there, but still those Frankish troops are holding. So well done to Uther there. I think he's done really well there. There you can see we're really trying to punch a hole through his battle line there, cavalry and infantry. Okay, you can see Luke's cavalry's in there, my cavalry's in there. Oh my gosh. And still those Frankish troops are holding. Over here you'll see Scorpion King doing really well against Luke's infantry, and of course he's got that cavalry with the downhill charge bonus. Looks to me like it's going to smash in to the flank of Luke's fighting infantry there. Okay, so things not looking very good possibly for Luke's infantry at this stage of the battle there, especially if that cavalry smashes in there as well. Okay, so we're going back up to the top of the hill again here for the other battle that's going on. Okay, so here, as I say, you can see the enemy have now charged their cavalry uphill. Here, look at this, look. Aurelius's army has routed all the Roman infantry. Now those Roman infantry running through their Sassanid allies will drop the morale of the Sassanids. The Roman general's been taken out as well. So as I say, all those Roman troops routing will drop the morale of the Sassanids. Here comes Aurelius's Burgundian Lancers, probably going to smash into them as well. But of course, their elite, the enemy's elite cavalry, are trying to fight through these berserkers, okay, to get up to attack Aurelius's infantry. But though, make no mistake, those berserkers are pretty tough in Barbarian Invasion, and they're probably going to hold them back. Plus I can see Aurelius's archers over there moving forward, probably with a view to start shooting arrows into the enemy cavalry as well. And there's a lot of archers there to put a big volume of arrows into the enemy troops. But as I say, here you can see those berserkers holding really well against those really elite Roman Equitae Clibanarii cavalry there. Oh my gosh, they're just doing so well, and the enemy cavalry has lost so many men now. And look at Aurelius's charge those Burgundian lancers in there, and bang, as they smashed in there. Oh my gosh, I can see a lot of the Sassanid infantry starting to rout as well now. As I say, the cavalry being pulled away. Look at all those Sassanid. That's Sassanid cavalry of Legion 22s that have been killed by the berserkers, I think. I think the berserkers have done that damage to those Sassanid cataphracts there. And here you can see the Equitae Clibanarii of Vicox there. I think he's going to go after the archers there, but they could well lose the hill here. There's that berserker, those berserker units now of Punishers charging in, and Aurelius is charging in into the enemy infantry, plus all of Aurelius's axemen charging in as well. So the top of the hill is looking pretty good for our team, I think, from what I can see. Now over here you'll see that a lot of Luke's infantry are under pressure here, especially from that cavalry. And now if you notice here, can you see Scorpion King's moving forward to make the most of the downhill advantage he's got on Luke's infantry. Oh my gosh, we still haven't quite managed to pierce the Frankish troops yet. Well, we have now, but we're just breaking through those Frankish cavalry and infantry of Uther's there. You can see that. Now you can see we've just broken through. Right, let's pause again for a second there. So my cavalry punched a hole through the Frankish line. I got in behind them, and I'm now going to charge into the rear of those Frankish troops, especially the general, as I'm pushing forward with my infantry. So it's going to be like a sandwich attack between my infantry and cavalry, and those Frankish troops are going to be right in the middle, a bit like a vice attack here. But unfortunately here, can you see that most of Luke's infantry has been routed? Now I'm guessing that a lot of his units are going to rally, okay, but you can see here the Scorpion King, as I say, has made the most of his downhill advantage here, as you can see, and has attacked Luke's infantry there. As I say, a lot of his units may well rally, but we've managed to take out his Frankish ally there. So whether Scorpion King's going to run back up to try and help his Frankish ally at this time, we just have to wait and see. But on top of the hill here, my goodness, I can't believe it, but it looks like we've captured the top of the hill. All the enemy infantry now, look, has been routed that was on top of the hill. There's some rallied units down there, look. It's a couple of Roman units there. There's some Sassanid units there, but I reckon a cavalry hit would take them out. And oh my gosh, look at that cavalry sweeping in there like a bang as it charges in. So well done to Punisher and Aurelius there. They've taken the top of the hill. Now what I'd like to show you here is that Vicox here is just chasing down enemy. He's attacking that berserker unit, but it looks to me like he's just chasing down, using his heavy elite cavalry just to chase down the archers here. What I was thinking was that if he took his cavalry down the hill to help maybe Scorpion King there, do you think that might have been a better tactical move? He's just chasing the archers down at the moment, but well done to Aurelius and Punisher on the top of this hill. They've done really well, bearing in mind all the disadvantages they had there. Just like to say, really well done to Aurelius and Punisher there. Star Punisher, well done to both of you guys. Now over here you'll see that Scorpion King's formed up, and what I want to do is try and hit him before he gets his battle formation as he wants to. You can see there that I think his battle formation has come out of group in there. And when your units come out of group and they just stand like that in those long lines. So what I want to do before he gets a chance to organise his battle formation, I want to charge in there. You can see my cavalry charge in there. Make no mistake though, I'm getting hit by loads of those effective against armoured darts coming in my cavalry. But as I say, I just want to really stop him from organising. You see what I mean? You can see Luke charging his cavalry in as well. Look, and bang! bang, as they charge in there. And you can see my infantry moving forward into Scorpion King's infantry there. Oh, that's pretty good. We've just taken out the general there. Can you see Scorpion King's general was a little bit isolated, a little bit exposed there, and he got smashed and crashed there and taken out. So that's a general morale bonus has been taken away. But can you see the priests at the back of Scorpion King's army? They're chanting, giving morale to Scorpion King's army there. You can see my infantry really pushing in to Scorpion King SR's infantry there. And Luke is lock and loading his cavalry. He's pulling them back out and charging them back in as well there. So well done to Luke. And my guess, as I say, his infantry units will rally and come back into the fray. That's what I'm hoping for, and they'll come up from the flank of Scorpion King. But as I say, you can see my infantry really pushing in to Scorpion King's infantry. And there you are, you can see Luke's cavalry coming in there, look, and bang, and he smashes in there. Nice hit there by Luke with his cavalry there. They're going to sweep on through the enemy team, those enemy infantry there, look. Great hit there with his cavalry, and my infantry is pushing in on Scorpion King's infantry. And there you are, like I said, can you see that some of Luke's infantry has rallied and come back into the battle there to smash into the flank and rear of the enemy Roman troops there. As I say, you can still see that unit, that priest unit there, still giving morale to Scorpion King's team. But meanwhile, here you'll see there's a couple of horse archers of Legion 22 coming down, but here you'll see that Aurelius is bringing all his army, his infantry and cavalry, all coming down to help Luke and myself there with the two Roman armies that we're facing. But as I say, over here, this is the curious part to me. You'll see that Vicox is just chasing down archers with these elite heavy cavalry, and I just wondered, as an alternative, if he'd have rallied his cavalry and charged down the hill towards his mate Scorpion King and Uther, and maybe that cavalry could have done, been a lot more helpful than just chasing down archers. I don't know what all of you think. Please leave your comments, your thoughts in the comments there. But as I say, I think Aurelius and Punisher, Star Punisher, have done very well there. But as I say, imagine if Vicox had rallied all his cavalry on top of the hill and then charged down this hill with all the charge bonus that he would have had, and smashed into my and Luke's infantry and cavalry. Maybe that might have been an alternative way to use his cavalry. As I say, please leave your thoughts in the comments. But here, as I say, you can see Scorpion King's purple Roman army still fighting really bravely there. And there's that priest unit. Look, it wouldn't surprise me if that priest unit's going to be called into combat. You don't usually put your religious units into combat. There's a cavalry unit hitting him, look, bang, as he charges in there. Let's say the religious units very poor for fighting. You just got to keep them at the rear of your army there to kind of just give morale there. So, and it looks like our team has managed to go on to win the battle there. So, as I say, this is this Alpine Valley map. As I say, I always call this the Battle of Disadvantages because Team 1 is so disadvantaged here. And it looks like Team 1 has managed to go on to win the battle here. So very, very pleased about that. And there you can see here some of Vicox's cavalry attacking a cavalry unit of Punishers there. You can see there the cavalry units of Punishers will lose there against that elite cavalry, as you just saw. Can you see them celebrating there? Did you see him holding the mace above his head then? He just celebrated a victory there of beating that cavalry unit. So there you are, you can see Vicox is now rallying his cavalry on top of the hill. But unfortunately, I think it might be just a little bit too late to rally his cavalry now. It's even though these are really elite cavalry there, where they're effective against armor maces, I just think it's too late now because all of his teammates have been taken out now. So my guess is what he'll do, he'll probably just admit defeat. That's what I think he'll probably do, even though he's got all these elite cavalry. As I say, imagine if he had charged them downhill into Luke and my Roman army there, with all the downhill bonuses that those cavalry would have had. That could have possibly been very, very awkward for us there if he'd have done that. But there you are, he's just admitted defeat. So let's just pause the game for a second there. So there you are. As I say, our team has just about managed to go on to win the battle there. So over here, look, can you see that's Equitae Clibanarii there, Roman cavalry there. You can see they suffered massive damage there by the looks of it, didn't it? I think there all those cataphracts, and over here it's a Sassanid cataphracts there, and you can see there that the purple cavalry and infantry of Punishers there suffered a lot. But as I say, him retreating drew that those elite enemy cavalry down the hill. Well, Aurelius attacked their infantry, so I thought that was that was pretty good tactic if he did that deliberately, to draw their cavalry down the hill, and as I say, allow Aurelius to attack the flank of the enemy infantry. As I say, lots of dead on top of the hill there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we managed that Team 1's managed to win on this map. As I say, it's with all the disadvantages that Team 1 has there, I think that was that's pretty good really for us there. So let's say lots of dead there. And as I say, I think if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the battle, Punisher might have had 3 units left. There's one of his units there, the archer unit. As I say, out of his entire army, I think he had 3 archers left. But as I say, pulling that enemy cavalry down the hill, I think may have proved absolutely pivotal for that hill battle. There's the other 2 units. So Punisher's got 3 archer units left. That's all he's got in his whole army there. So it just goes to show how tough the fighting was there. And over here, this is where, of course, myself and Luke, right from the beginning of the battle, said we were going to try and take out the Frankish troops. Well, I've got to be honest with you, Uther's Frankish troops held for a long, long time there. It took, all of Luke's cavalry, all of my cavalry, all of my infantry. We managed to wear them down eventually and break them, but they held for ages. So it just goes to show how good those Frankish troops are there. And over here, as we move over here, more dead. You can see here. Remember, we're the green. Our team was the green Roman infantry. The enemy were the purple Roman infantry here. So you can just see the dead there. And I thought Scorpion King played well. He held really well there. And of course, he made the most of that downhill attack onto Luke's infantry there. So you made sure he had the downhill bonuses there. So, as I say, really well done to my teammates there. I thought they played really well there. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game. I thought everybody played well. Well done, guys. And as you can see, it was a clear victory, which surprised me. That's really surprising. We very rarely get a clear victory on this map. I thought it would have been maybe average there, or maybe even close. So, that's pretty good. And the highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Aurelius there with his I think his Burgundi army, 1,783 kills. So well done to Aurelius there. Of course, he was the one that smashed in to the flank of those Roman infantry and those Sassanid infantry. Well done to Vicox. He didn't quite get 1,000 kills, so he'd be a little bit disappointed there, but I thought he played very well. Remember, if we get less than 1,000 kills, we're always a bit disappointed. Legion 22 got less than 1,000 kills. He'll be a bit disappointed. But did you see the aggressive attack right at the beginning of the battle from him? Well done to Scorpion King. Got over 1,000 kills there. He did well. And well done to Uther. Even though he didn't get very many kills, he held for ages there with that Frankish army. So really well played, guys. My kills, not too bad. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with those. They weren't too bad. Well done to Luke. Got some good kills with his Roman army. Well done to him. Well done to Punisher. As I say, he got less than 1,000 kills, but I think his action on that hill could have proved pivotal to the outcome of the battle, because that allowed Aurelius and himself to capture the big hill there. So really well done to Punisher. As I say, he hasn't got a great lot of kills there, but his action on top of the hill could have proved pivotal to the outcome of the battle there. So really well done. Him and Aurelius, I thought, did really well on top of the hill there. So as I say, it's a great battle. As I say, this was the third battle of disadvantage. I call this map, the Alpine Valley map, the disadvantage map for Team 1. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye for now.